Hi everyone, my name is Twinkle and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am going to talk about your favorite airline, which is none other than Qatar Airways, the world's 5-star airline. If you're someone who has been eyeing on joining Qatar Airways or has been contemplating about whether to join this airline or not because of their rules and policies and how the strict nature of their environment is in the company, then you must watch this video, because in this video I'm going to spill out 5 to 7 facts that have been changed that you must know if you care to join this airline. So if you're interested, don't go anywhere, keep watching until the end, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, then what are you even waiting for? Hit the subscribe button and let's start the video. So you all know that how strict and how particular has the airline always been. They're so famous among even aspirants and around the world about their strict culture, their policies, and how they maintain their environment. However, they've always also been in the talks for how it has become a part of restricting the lives of their employees. But now, not anymore, because the new CEO, the courtesy new CEO has made a lot of changes. So if you were aware about, you must be that His Excellency Akbar Al-Bakr has finally gotten down from his position after about 20 years of serving the company beautifully, and the new CEO has taken over and he has made all these changes. And let's start talking about the changes, because I'm sure you've been waiting for that. So the number one change that they have made is now there was going to be no more curfew. So now for people who are not aware about what is the curfew, which was prevailing in this airline for years now, so as per the old policy, the curfew was that you cannot go out after 4 a.m. in the morning from your accommodation and until 7 a.m. in the morning. So if you're outside, if you're partying and all that, you have to be back by 3:55 a.m. to be precise, like before 4 a.m. in your accommodation. And if you want to leave, you cannot leave before 7 a.m. your accommodation. You can't leave if obviously you're not on duty, you're not serving the company for any reasons. Of course, there's no training, etc. So you can't go. However, that has been removed. You can very well be outside. You can come in at 4, 5, 6, whatever. The whole 4 a.m. to 7 a.m. curfew of staying back in your accommodation has been removed. That is one of the changes that has been implemented. Change number 2, which is also relevant, is about minimum rest. So previously, if you had to report for your flight, you had to make sure that you are in your accommodation. So of course you're well rested and prepared for the flight at least 12 hours prior to your reporting time. Right, 12 hours prior to your reporting time. Like, there was a lot of confusion between pickup time or reporting time. It kept changing and all of that. So people used to be on the safer side and they used to maintain 12 hours of minimum rest before their pickup time, which was that you cannot leave your accommodation 12 hours prior to the pickup time of your flight. There was a window of 90 minutes to do your laundry or some exceptional work. For example, if you have to leave your accommodation for food, groceries or whatever, the urgent work, then you could, but not otherwise, which obviously from the company point of view was to help the crew maintain a good rest before the flight, so they are well rested and they perform during the flight. So that used to help. However, that has been reduced. That has not been abolished totally. That has not been taken off. That has been reduced to 9 hours before reporting time. So 3 hours of relaxation has been given there. It has not been removed completely, which I really appreciate. So 9 hours before your reporting time, you cannot leave your accommodation. That is the change number 2. Change number 3. Now, previously it was very difficult for someone to report sick. For example, if you had to report sick, you would obviously have to visit the doctor and submit your relevant medical documents. However, that is of course still relevant, but you could not stay outside. Like, you could not stay outside, for example, go to someone else's accommodation or spend the day outside because you just feel like it. Apparently you're sick, so you have to stay home. But now you can stay out of your accommodation. You can even spend the night outside. For example, sleep outside your accommodation on your sick days, whether you're on days off or even when you're on leave. Previously, when you were on leave, if you were not like leaving the country, you could not sleep outside. For example, even when you're on your leave period, you will have to still stay in your accommodation respecting the curfew. But now, whether it's your leave or you're on days off or sick days, you can stay outside your accommodation, which is wonderful, I believe, in my opinion, because not just sick days, but sometimes these policies could really restrict the actual cause, the actual problem. For example, staying outside sometimes on your sick days, I mean, it would take a lot of time to just get your medical sorted, to get your medicines. Just going and coming back, conducting all those tests would take away the whole day, and you couldn't be explaining these things to anyone if asked. But now also, you know, it's just in the back of your mind always. So it somehow, you know, plays with your mental health all the time. You're all the time stressed, you're thinking, you cannot really, you know, aid your recovery. So in my opinion, it's a very good decision. Also, when you're someone who's on your days off and your leave, I feel, in my opinion, you should be having all the freedom to do whatever you want. They should not need to leave the country to enjoy your life, like, you know, live your life on your own terms. So this is one change that I absolutely agree with, and have, like, it has made me very happy, and I'm very happy for the people who are working there. It's a good change. Change number 4, which has been much talked about, and so many people have been talking about this. Apart from that, there has been a lot of confusion also, which is about usage of phone. So usage of phone has been relaxed. How? Previously, we were not allowed to use phones whenever we were in uniform. Whether in transport or outside or on duty or off duty, you were just not allowed to use your phone when in uniform, irrespective. However, now you can use your phones in uniform. Number 1, when you're off duty, right? Number 2, when you're in transport. But when you have to make sure that you switch off the phone before entering the QR premises, which is the building where the crew operates from. So you're allowed to use it just before you enter the premises, right? So you can use your phones, number 1, in uniform, off duty, or when in transport, or when you're outstation. So this is a good relaxation that has been given. I feel this is also good because unnecessary things have been removed, but the necessary ones have been maintained. For example, restricting the use of phone when on duty. So that is a good change also, in my opinion. Change number 5 is with respect to swapping your accommodation. Now, I'm not sure if you all are aware about this or not, but Qatar Airways provides accommodation to all cabin crew. And previously, it was such a big hassle to change your accommodation. For example, you want to stay with one of your friends, of course, one of your crew friends, maybe of the same nationality or of the same batch or whatever. It was such a big process. First, you should have completed your probation period. You should have seen your seniority level. I mean, also there is a waiting list, availability, a lot of issues were there. So you had to apply for it. Once it is approved, which is another task altogether, then also you'd have to pay a fees of about Qatari riyals 500 or so to move in, right? However, now you will not have to pay any moving out fees, provided you're swapping with another cabin crew. So you're swapping. So you're not like taking place, you're not just changing your accommodation, but you are swapping. In case of change, the things still remain the same as of my knowledge. If there is anyone who knows a better information, or is there a change in that one, please put it down in the comment section below. However, if you have someone from, for example, per se stays in building X and you're staying in building Y. So if you have a friend who is willing to move from X to Y so that you can move from Y to X, in that case, there is no swapping fee, and that can be done very swiftly, which also, in my opinion, makes quite a bit sense. Change number 6 is, I think, one of the most awaited ones, because that has made me extremely happy also. That is about the tattoo policy. So previously, Qatar Airways would not recruit anyone who would have a tattoo on their body, irrespective it is visible when in uniform or not. However, even that has been relaxed. Now you can apply to become a cabin crew or any other position as well in Qatar Airways if you have a tattoo that is not going to be visible when you're wearing their uniform. So that is one very, very good news that I'm sure is good for people who've been thinking of joining the airline, but they had a tattoo Of course, the ones which is not visible in uniform. For people who have tattoos that are visible even when they will be wearing the uniform, in that case it still remains the same, it's not allowed. However, I'm really happy and I appreciate the company for making this big change to accept the tattoos that are not visible while in uniform. So if you're someone who wants to apply in QR and has a tattoo that is not visible, please go ahead and apply for the same. There are many other changes, about 9 or 10 updates that are in the pipeline that the company is working on, and we are expecting some other new changes to happen for good, courtesy the new CEO obviously, and I'm sure you cannot wait to listen to those and know about all those changes. So if you're excited to know about them and if you want me to notify you all about that, please also put it down in the comment section below and I'll come up with that video as well. And all those changes are about the salary, about of course recruitment, and many other changes that you could that you must be waiting to listen, and that could change the whole culture game in the airline. Let me know about your opinion on these changes in the comment section below, and also what would you like to see next on this channel. I will see you in my next video. Till then, take care and bye bye.